I've got a story for you that I forgot to tell you about.
Whoa, you're not even introducing yourself?
No, we do.
No,
story
none of
then.
that.
No, we do introduction after.
Do we?
Yeah.
That's what it is, isn't it? Bet the director's mad now, isn't he?
So I'm gonna have to start this again now.
Well, you can just carry on, can't you?
No, I'm gonna start again.
Well, you've lost all authenticity now.
Right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm great, yeah.
Right. Right, I've got a story.
Look how mad he is.
I've got a story that I forgot to tell you about.
Go on.
So, me and Reece have a business together, and part of that business is.
You know I know this, don't you?
What do you say?
You know I know this, don't you?
I'm just explaining to people
just
who are
with me
watching the
saying you forgot
podcast.
to tell me. Okay, go on.
So we have another business where we give away you come in prizes on our page, and anyway, so me and Brad went to go deliver a particular prize.
Is that Bradle Juice?
Bradle Juice, yeah.
Amstel, yeah.
So me and Brad.
It will. You'll know soon. It's coming.
So me and Brad went to go see this guy, and I'd seen the name and I recognised the name.
What was the prize? Because I don't know. Obviously, I don't know the story.
Oculus.
I didn't even know we did that.
It was the Meta 3.
When was this?
This was about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm out. Yeah, go for it then. Yeah, I know nothing about this.
So I'd seen the name and I thought I recognised that name, and then we drove down to the house, and then I looked at the name again, and just before we got out of the car to go to his knock on his door and give him this prize, I said to Brad, "Can you just hold on a second, mate? Can you just get this name up on Facebook? I just need to look at the person." He says, "Why?" I've just got a feeling I might have fell out with him. Could you just take a look for me? So
and that's out of character for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't fall out with a lot of people. So he gets he gets it up, and sure enough, I recognise the person,
right.
And I just went, yeah, that's him.
What's his
what
name?
do you mean? And I don't need to say for that. I don't need to say that.
I just see if I could bait you.
And I just said, I says, that's him. He says, what do you mean? I says, I fell out with him about 6 years ago.
You did?
When I was working at DPD.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
And we had a falling out about my van. And I was off, and he ended up holding me keys to the van for ransom until I paid a certain amount of money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's the second name?
I'm not going to say, but anyway.
He's like a little weasel, wasn't he?
So anyway.
I remember you mean, yeah, he's a proper little weasel, isn't he?
He wasn't particularly...
The DPD guy's a weasel, not this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can say that, it's fine.
Anyway, we got him up, and I just thought, oh yeah, this is the guy.
If you whisper his name, I'll tell people he's a weasel.
So this is the guy, and I thought, right, this is the guy. And I said, yeah, this is him. And then Bro was asking me, I told him, I said, we fell out. I said, if I ever saw him again, because a few times I said, well, do you know what? Why don't we just meet up in person? And he was like, well, no, we don't need to get to that, do we? So I said, if I ever saw him again, I was going to have a chit chat with him. And anyway, Brad goes, oh, listen, I'll just go. And I said, no, do you know, it's a different lifetime. It's water under the bridge.
It's not there for you, is it?
It is. And I thought, it's water under the bridge. I'll let it go. It's a different lifetime, and I don't do that anymore. I do this. And I said, so no, it's fine. And anyway, so this guy answered the door. And he was a lot bigger and taller than I remembered.
It's full out of you.
And he come out and he looked at me and he went, long time no see. And it was just deadpan, and he went, long time no see. So I looked at him and I went, yeah, it is, isn't it? And I was very much like, this is all kicking off already. And he's just like, I goes, yeah, it is. And he went, been all right? And I went, yeah, you. And Brad's kind of like, oh, hi, mate. And then he's like shaking his hand. And he's like, hey, all
over
right.
exuberant like a puppy.
Yeah, he's like, congratulations. And I'd already said to Brad in the car, don't be a dickhead and say something when we go to that door. Do not say something stupid.
Scared.
And so so then Brad was like, oh, mate, are you? Oh, well, congratulations and everything else. So I just started setting up the winner's sign. And ignored
Just straight to business, did you?
Yeah, like,
okay.
Let's just get this done. So I just set up the winner's sign. Yeah. Right, and he'd got like a T-shirt on, and it was his business, it turns out. But I just went, not there anymore then, meaning DPD.
Yeah.
So, and he looked at me as if to say, what does he mean? So he went, no, I train somewhere else now. And I thought, why is he talking about training? And I went, right. He says, he goes, yeah. He goes, obviously I don't train with Hagen anymore. He says, because I don't think he's even doing that anymore. And I'm like, no. And then as he said it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's something completely different.
Still had covered in tattoos?
He's got tattoos, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to print his T-shirts for boxing.
Brilliant.
I used to sponsor him and I had my T-shirt business.
So you used to sponsor the bloke?
And I used to put my name on.
Class that you were going to bite off a fight with him. He'd have panned you on the drive, wouldn't he?
and as soon as and I looked after him and I thought, oh, Christ, got the wrong person. And I changed my tone.
Yeah.
I was like, anyway.
Were you able to dissipate it? Because I don't think I'd have been able to.
I had to. So I kind of just built myself into it, just slowly, just changing the mood. Because he must have thought, I've not seen Paul in such a long time.
Yeah, he's a bit of an arse.
And he's changed.
Do you think he's thinking money's got to this place?
He's changed.
Yeah. He's put loads of weight on.
No.
He's a bit of a dick.
No, looks good.
I think he's older than ever. He's been battering that Botox.
No, he looks well.
He obviously sleeps on a sunbed.
It's like Benjamin Button. He seems to be reversing time. I think that's what he thought when he saw
Muffin
me.
top like nothing.
No, so he instantly, I just started like, so anyway, have you ever used one of these before? And he says, no. I goes, oh, brilliant, mate. I goes, honestly, you can do this. We can documentaries. A lot of people use them. And I was just chit-chatting.
Wearing him like a glove.
And then he was getting happier and happier.
Bet he was, yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like, oh, it's great to see you. And he was like, yeah, and you. And we were all like, woo. And it was all a completely different vibe.
Yeah.
So Brad was proper confused.
I bet, yeah.
How we went from
one... enemies to best mates.
Yeah, it went from one mood to a different. And we get in and he looks at me and I went, wrong bloke. I goes, wrong bloke, completely wrong person. It's not who I thought it was. Really nice guy, to be fair. I says, yeah, I used to sponsor his T-shirts and everything else. And I used to print all his stuff. And he went, unbelievable.
So what was the guy's name with DPD?
I'm not going to say names. Anyway, let's get to introductions. So what's your name?
Reece.
And I'm Paul, and we are the two Phat Lads.
Yeah.
So welcome to the podcast. I'm going to go to a story.
You know what we got for us?
So I'm going to read a story out.
Yeah, is it good?
And then I've got a question for you. I don't actually know. I haven't read the story. I've been sent this story to read out. And then I'm going to ask a question at the end of it.
Yeah.
Right.
I hope it's better than some of those depressing ones we've had to deal with.
Well, let's find out.
Just looking at management in the corner.
Well, it's only the second episode, so we haven't read any.
Yeah.
So, so, the other night, I'm out with my girlfriend, Lucy, and we're walking home from the pub. I'm feeling pretty good after a few pints, and out of nowhere, this random guy starts heckling us from across the street, calling me all sorts of names. My ego flares up, and I start mouthing off back, trying to look tough in front of Lucy.
Sounds like you. Yeah, go on.
The guy crosses the street, getting closer, and I start thinking, all right, I'm going to have to throw down. My heart's pounding, but I've already talked too much to back out. Lucy's looking at me like she's about to witness me go full action hero. Just as we're about to square up, I hear my stomach make the most ungodly noise. Yup, those pints weren't sitting great. Mid-tough guy act, I felt it coming. There was no stopping it. I tried to play it cool, but next thing you know, I shouted right there in the street. The guy just stops, looks at me, starts laughing. Lucy's trying not to laugh.
Oh, you're done, aren't you?
But I see her smirking. I immediately stop acting tough and try to awkwardly shuffle away from the scene as fast as possible, feeling like a total idiot. So my question is, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you while trying to impress somebody?
Don't know. I mean, starting up that Civic wasn't great, was it?
Yeah, that's probably a story that we will tell in a future podcast, I think. But I remember I took a girl out on a date and I was trying to impress this girl, and I felt like she was a couple of belt notches above me. So I wanted to go out and impress her, so I borrowed a friend's BMW at the time.
You borrowed a friend's BMW?
Yeah.
Whose?
Jason's.
Right.
And I took her out on this date in this BM. I picked her up in this BM and picked her up, opened the door for her, and it's a nice car. And then we went out and went for a few drinks and everything else, and it seemed to be going great. Yeah. And then on the way back, it ran out of petrol. And we'd only just left the pub, and then the car ran out of petrol, and it wasn't a time of mobile phones. So I ended up having to get her to sit in the driver's seat and steer while I pushed
rough, man.
this car.
Yeah.
And I was a sweaty mess. And I was, obviously, now I'm trying to impress as well, so I'm trying to make how strong I am, and I can push this car as well. And I was blowing out of my arse. I thought I was going to have an asthma attack there and then. I looked a mess, and she'd look back and go, "Are you right?" And go, and I was a mess. So yeah, I didn't see her again. That was that. I didn't see her again. I just thought, she'll take this down as a bit of a laugh. This, we can talk about this.
Probably when she was in the car checking the V5 form in the car and realised that wasn't your name.
Yeah, when it's a different name.
Yeah, the tax disc wasn't in your name. It was in someone else's name. Was probably one of the nails in the coffin, was it?
So, but yeah, have you got anything?
I got my first car, so 17 when I passed my test runner, and that lasted 3 months. Then it got set on fire. So it was in that time of when I had the car that where had I gone? I'd gone to the leak, picked up 2 girls, and was in the car and just driving around, normal, chatting, whatever. And then it was wet, and at this point I'd probably been driving 30 days. So your actual talent level not very high, is it, when you've been driving? So it's very similar to what we experienced earlier in that BMW, where talent level is not exceeding what's happening at the time. Going around the corner, I'd misjudged the corner, back end of the car slid, wheel hit the curb, bent the wheel.
Right.
Don't know if you remember, because then I had to ring you, and then I had to get a bus back from Leek. So I'd been free for 30 days, and now I'm back on a bus. Like, it's not even been a month, back on a bus again. Back from a bus, and then you had to come and get the car picked up and towed.
Right.
And then we did get it sorted. It did get sorted, but then as I was driving the car again about a month later, the wheel come off. Do you remember?
No, I can't remember.
The back wheel just come off the car. Like, I was like, geez, what's that there? It was my wheel. But yeah, so I got both of them in the car, bang, get the curb. I'm like, listen, can't take you home, so gonna have to get someone to come pick you up.
It's reminded me of two car stories. One of them being I'd had a car. It was my first ever car. It was a Mark 1 Escort Estate, and again I was 17 and I was with Spinner in the car, and we were just driving around Hanley and everything else. And I didn't care. You didn't care what car it was at that time. When you were 17, you had a car. The fact that you had a car, you were cool.
Yeah.
And it was white, like I say, Escort Mark 1 Estate. And I was just driving around and we were cruising around, and then it come up, oil light came up. And Spring was like, oh.
Tape on that.
And I was just like, what's that? Red lights come up, and he looked at me and went, oh, that's oil light. So what's that mean? He said, you don't need to put oil in. Right, okay. When do we need to put that in? Oh, don't know. I says, I'll get round to it.
Classic.
3 days later, engine seized. Completely just engine.
That's short time, that is.
Yeah, 3 days.
I've run an oil light for longer than 3 days before. I'm starting to worry about oil lights now.
No, I do. I have a fear of oil lights.
Because you've got a fear. Yeah, the GTR, you've got a fear of the oil lights.
Mate, oil lights come on. That's why I've got.
You do. Like you've seen a ghost. Remember, mate?
Yeah. Like I was like, I bought new oil. I don't know if you've seen, but it's in the boot. I bought new oil. It's
actually out the boot now.
Right.
Because you're not screwed the lid on properly.
What do you mean?
It's opposed to it being screwed on. It wasn't screwed on.
You mean it's poured out?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, because I screwed it on. I'm very careful about it. I did.
Well, the oil in the car is definitely.
It's obviously knocked over.
Yeah, no, it's on its side. So I pulled it out, and it's in here somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, for my sake, I need it back in the car.
Okay. I mean, completely non-podcast related. I was driving your car the other day. Big yellow exclamation mark on the dash.
When
Yeah.
What was it? What was the mark?
Driver limitation.
Oh, no, yeah. It comes up if it was raining.
Yeah.
Yes, it comes up when it's raining. It's the sensors. The sensors all start knocking off if there's too much rain. And
I was doing like 182 and it just... No, it just come on. I was just on the motorway and just come up.
No, it comes up. It'll come up with that kind of error. But yeah, so anyway, I had to get the car picked up. My uncle had to come and get the car picked up and scrap it. Car was scrapped.
Done.
Because the engine was done. And then the second situation was I was in the M3 and it was icy.
Yeah, you were cool.
And I was...
You were sick.
Racing up to another shop. We used to work at a computer shop, and it used to have a car park at the top of this road, and I was racing up this road, and in my head, what I was going to do was...
it was never going to work.
I was going to pull the handbrake up, and I was going to slide it into the car park.
What in the James Bond were you thinking?
And I was coming up, and I knew I was coming up way too fast up this road, and I thought, it's fine, because I am going to slide it in to this car park. And as I come up, I went, here we go. I hit it, and I went, and nothing happened. And it just went straight into the bollards, and it just went bang into the bollards. So that was...
Still broken, eh?
So it was great. Yeah, the bollard's
still broken. Yeah.
It
was the video footage of it.
I don't think so.
Because it made it look great.
Yeah, I couldn't understand why the car wasn't turning. But I've seen it so many times in a cartoon. This is what you do.
Do you have to just go and explain to everyone what you've done?
Well, I had to walk in and go, oh, yeah, do you want to come look at this? And I had to show them the grill wrapped around a bollard. That was fantastic. Yeah. So anyway,
I mean, who were you trying to impress with that?
Me. You're on your own. Everybody. I think I wanted to walk in and go, oh, you should have seen what I just did. That's why I wanted to go in and it was a completely different matter. Yeah.
I do remember you impressing me in that car when you took it on a car park in the snow and decided to drift around lampposts. Which I felt was ropey at the time.
Yeah, good times.
You do a lot of things in cars that make me feel ropey. I feel like you're constantly trying to impress me in a car, and I don't need to be impressed.
Oh, I don't do that now.
I felt like you were doing it on the way back today.
Right.
Like when you were hitting them humps on the motorway and then in and out of cars. As I was on my phone and I looked up and we were in the slow lane undertaking everyone, and then we were in and out of the second and third lane. Like Tetris. You know, you move the piece as it comes down. That's what you were like. Tetris. And then I look up from my phone again. We were in a different lane. You flat up someone's arse, flashing them. Then you're on the inside of them.
I like how we make up stories for the podcast.
Like what is my least favourite thing about your driving is...
No, that's not a question. That's not a question we've asked.
When
so
you're
let's move on.
So close to the car in front that I can see what's on their radio. Or my phone connects to their car. Like my hands-free comes up in their car in front because you're that close to them. Like when you're so close to a car that I can no longer see reg plate, I start panicking. And that's regular, isn't it?
No. Right, we've got some. If you go to the group,
but this thing's full. Look at that, 500 read messages. Jesus,
right, you'll see.
It's boring in here.
You'll see 4 stories in there.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're going to read one each.
Okay, so I'll do the first one. So this is fact or fiction.
Yes. Yeah? So you've got to say it, and then we've got to say. So it's fact with a PH.
Sure, it's fiction with a PH as well.
Well, that's not what's been happened here.
Yeah.
And then you've got to tell the story, and then me and you've got to decide if it's fact or fiction, and then our director over there will let us know if it is fact or fiction.
Okay. So, man marries pizza. In 2015, a man in Italy married a pizza after deciding that no woman could ever satisfy him in the way that his favourite margherita could. The ceremony was officiated by a local pizzeria owner. Fact or fiction?
I'm going to go with a fact.
I'm going fact on that because, well, we've both been in Italy this year and the pizza was banging.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing that you're not getting with an Italian pizza: headaches. Do you know what I mean? None of them headaches that you get home, not happening with a pizza.
Okay. Yeah. We just live in a crazy world now.
It's a bland pizza, though, isn't it?
The margherita?
Yeah.
It
Bit
is.
of chicken.
Yeah.
Ham.
Yeah, I probably prefer a meat feast. I mean, if I'm going to marry one...
Yeah.
I would up it from a margherita.
Yeah, you do like a lot of meat, don't you?
Because you know me, that I get bored of pizza fast.
Yeah.
So this...
You'd probably go for a sausage pizza, wouldn't you?
This is going to last...
I mean, it's the most boring pizza, isn't it?
This isn't going to last as long as my last marriage.
Yeah, no. I mean, again, vows mean nothing to you. But, yeah, so... I'm going fact.
Yeah, I'm going fact.
Yeah.
Fiction.
Kidding.
Yeah.
That whole wife jibe now is for nothing.
Yeah. But you're happy you made it.
Right.
Okay. Second story.
Yeah.
Man sues himself and wins.
Yeah, okay.
In 1995, a man in Michigan sued himself after crashing his own car while driving drunk. He won the lawsuit and was awarded £50,000 in damages, which he had to pay himself. Fact or fiction?
It's fact. And I'm saying it's fact because I know that someone has sued themselves before. It might not be this case.
Right.
So I'm banking it on this. I'm going with fact for this. I think that this bloke sued himself.
Right, so hold on. So
Do you think you're in a position that you could sue yourself for what you've done to your body?
I don't know. Do you think I am?
I think that you've got a strong case for
Right.
damage he's
I don't,
done.
I don't understand how this works. So he sued himself after crashing his own car.
So he
while
was
driving
drunk.
drunk.
Yeah,
Right.
he was drunk.
So
He's
who's-
crashed, and then he's taking himself to court to sue himself for the damages that he's received because of himself, and then he's had to pay himself 50 grand. Sounds like money laundering.
Yeah, right. Sounds mental.
I think it's a fact though.
And what makes you think that I can sue myself?
I think.
Should we get on the scales?
I don't think it's all scale related.
I don't know. I'm seeing two different things nowadays.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you could. I think you could get some suing in there. But I'm going fact. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with fact as well.
Fiction.
Christ, we're great at this game, we are.
I do want to find out then the story where someone sued themselves because that has happened.
Right.
Right, so in 1932, Australia went to war against the emus. They sent soldiers armed with machine guns to battle the emu population because the birds were destroying the crops. The emus won. Christ, fact or fiction? I don't know where we stand anymore.
I'm going to go with...
I mean...
Do you know what? See,
part of
law
this,
of averages say I've got to go fact now.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
last two are
that's
fiction.
it's in my head now, that is.
But-
But then if you get another fiction, you look a dick. Do you know what I mean? You've 3 fictions
Australia
in a row.
went to war against emus.
It's 1932 though, it's a mad time, isn't it?
I mean, obviously the emus didn't know about this war.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
not
think
saying
they
that
were
they'd
like,
organised.
Yeah, no, I don't think they were face painted up.
You know, I don't think there was any chit-chat beforehand. Right, listen, let's sit down
Well,
first.
I don't think there was battalions of them.
Yeah, I don't think they sat down first with their general
No.
of the emus
Yeah.
to say, let's see if we can just
General Bird's eye.
come with a plan, a
Yeah, yeah.
peaceful solution. That's obviously not. They then sent soldiers armed with machine guns to battle the emu population. I'm taking it the emus were not armed.
But they
It,
got
it
wings.
doesn't mention it.
Well, they got wings, haven't they?
Oh yeah, because they break arms, don't they?
No, that's swans, isn't it?
Yeah, I think emus probably have got more chance because
Yeah.
I think the swan thing is a myth.
Yeah, I don't think that's true either.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I hit a
But
swan.
apparently the emus won.
I hit a swan in the
I'm
car.
going with fiction.
I hit a
Fiction.
swan in the
It's
car
bullshit.
and it didn't break my arm.
It's bullshit. It's fiction.
You think?
How did the emus win against?
Well, they're still alive, aren't they?
But what was
You couldn't-
the only outcome?
No,
was
you couldn't get
one
them all.
side dies.
You couldn't get them all, could you?
No, but still,
I'm going with fact. I'm
it's going to be fact because
Yeah,
of law of
yeah.
averages. But
got
I've got to
close.
go with fiction. Yeah,
Fact.
it's got to be. You spelled that wrong.
Yeah,
you spelled that
PH.
incorrect. So, well done, Thicky.
That's Vicky with a PH. What have we got for us last one?
Right, a town with no doors. There's a town in India called Chennai Shingnapur where no one has doors on their houses. It's believed that the town is protected by deity,
Deity.
and if anyone steals, they'll be cursed.
Oh, this has got fact written all over it. They're into that, aren't they?
What? So right, okay.
They
how are you
are-
getting in and out of your house?
No. There's a door frame. There's no door.
Sorry,
Yeah, which is what you need at your house.
it's just an open space.
Yeah, just open space. Yeah.
Right.
I don't think weather's going to be your problem in India. I'm telling you that they are all over this. They're all over the deity stuff.
Okay. What about security?
It's not really like a ring doorbell country, is it?
I don't know. I've not been.
No, I haven't. But I'm not.
What
getting
makes
the-
you think it's not?
quite impoverished? I think
Which is surely
So I don't think they're putting 120 quid in the Ring doorbell if they're
No,
earning
what
like
I'm
30 quid a
saying
month.
is then surely crime is high.
What are they stealing?
Well, you've got a house. I mean, and it's not
Well,
the
they're
door.
not taking the house.
It's
Yeah, they're not taking the door.
is
It's
it?
probably one less thing they can take. What are you taking? If you're so impoverished, what are you getting taken from you?
Yeah, do you know what? I've got to go with Phact on this one.
Yeah, I'm telling you
because-
all about the dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phact. You got for us? Phact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
Okay.
Is there any other group chats that I need to be aware of, or is it just that one now?
No, there is one about you, but you don't need to.
I'm not in it.
No.
Okay, cool.
Everybody's in that one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sick.
So.
Okay.
Probably
As long
most-
as I'm not in it, I'm fine with it.
So if anybody does want to join into that WhatsApp, just message us either on Instagram, or on Facebook, or any of those accounts, and we'll get you into that WhatsApp.
Yeah, it
group.
worries me when that group picks up quicker than the podcast does.
Oh, it already has picked up.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything else this week. I think that's it. Hold on.
Hey, you
hold
organised anything
on.
else? What? That's
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Yeah.
I was coming to the end.
pretty standard stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Right, we need
if
cue cards for that now, do we?
What was that? Sorry.
Need cue cards for that now, do we?
So if anybody if you enjoyed the podcast, then please subscribe. Again, we are on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we will have more videos up soon.
TikTok.
So, yeah.
He's got that cue card over there for you to breathe in and breathe out. Just in case you forget.
Out. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that's it from us.
Yeah, it's a wrap, innit?
Okay, so we'll be back soon. See you soon. So, right, guys, bye.